Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 18th of August 2025. So market mania sparks momentum massacre, meme melt up, bonds and bullion breakdown, mixed macro maniacal meme stocks, a massive option expiration momentum meltdown for Friday. So a bit of a mouthful there for the headline, but that's what it's saying. But of course this was overshadowed by the meeting with Putin and Trump. US dollar bonds and stocks sold amid deluge of US data as Putin and Trump meeting awaits, which of course it happened after the markets closed. No Ukraine war if Trump were president, according to Trump, and no deal until there's a deal. And no surprise there either. I think I mentioned this on Friday. There wouldn't be any major shift in the current paradigm of this particular war. So let's have a look at the market, see what the reaction is during Friday, and then of course this news overnight that of course they're waiting to see what happens next with Zelenskyy and Trump. I think they meet later today. Economic news for today, well, there isn't any today or tomorrow. It's a very quiet week, which Trump will no doubt be relieved about. And then we start on Wednesday with the UK CPI and then FOMC meeting minutes. But it's not a main meeting. That's next month where we'll see rates cut probably by a quarter of 1%. Right, let's have a look at the markets and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, Friday the market moving higher and then ended up in closing on the low. Overnight the markets jumped slightly, bit of weakness around, a bit of uncertainty created after Friday. Looking for some positive sort of outcome from this meeting, but I mean, Putin played his hand and he played it really well as well. He was certainly in charge of that meeting. And 30-minute chart, you can see there that we had a sell-off and then that was retested at 89%, and overnight the market is currently below the DP, the 50 EMA, 20 bar moving average and the 5 as well. So weakness shift there in the markets at the moment, obviously awaiting the outcome with Zelenskyy's turn with Trump. And in the German DAX, similar picture, market coming off the highs during the main part of the day and then overnight same picture, market sideways, nothing major there at all. We'll probably get a shift to the upside initially, but there's going to be some weakness around until this is eventually sorted or not sorted, as the case is more likely to be, and the war continues as it has done since February of 22, I think it started. It's a long time now. So yeah, sideways, sitting at the DP, trying to move higher. We do have an all-time high that needs to be taken out in the German DAX there at 24,644, if they can find an excuse reasonable enough to run the market up to that level. Not that they need an excuse, of course. And in the S&P, no all-time high on Friday, 6486, even during the option expiration. Trillions of dollars worth of options expired on Friday, and that's why you're seeing a bit of weakness in the market there, but still sitting at the 5 bar moving average. You can see there bit of a sell-off in the cash market. You then got the retracement market moving up. It needs to hold at the DP. If it doesn't, then we'll get a retest of the close and the low and the 200 MA there as well. The FT100, new all-time high as well, unbelievable. It's turning around as well and trying to move higher, completely different to what we've just seen in the US markets. So moving up nicely there. It did fall out of bed though on Friday, waiting for this meeting with Trump and Putin, and it's now sort of recovering, but it has run into the 50 EMA and the DP there as well. So again, you could see the close being retested there, if not the low as well. And in the US dollar, sideways to lower for this one at the moment. Stuck in a range, obviously waiting until September now for this FOMC meeting minutes to be released, and also the cut in rate, so just sideways for the US dollar. So look at the impact of this in the metals. And in silver, this moving up, as you can see there, just coming off the 20 bar moving average as support, needs to get back above the 38.74 and the 39.51. in order to move higher, but at the moment stuck in the sideways range. Did well last week to hold in this range given all of the other news as well, so no major sell-offs in the metals at the moment. In the 30-minute chart, usual shakeout at lunchtime, market moving up, and it's up in Asia as well. In the gold market, this also starting to think, well, hang on, there's not going to be much happening with this deal. As you can see there, sideways to higher. In the 30-minute, you can see exactly what we're talking about here. Something's happened overnight, that there's going to be a bigger interest in gold, and it wouldn't surprise me if we don't see this start to move now. Seasonally, it starts to move at the end of August, and we're about there. And in the gold-silver ratio, this is sideways too, gold being the stronger of the two metals overnight, which you can see. If you've got green candles in the gold-silver ratio, that's because the gold price is stronger in percentage terms than the silver market, so that's why you're seeing that. Let's have a quick look at Friday's action. So on Friday in the pre-market session, 7 AM, you can see prices were up, and then they pulled back, and then it got really choppy, and then they managed to move back to the upside. There you can see the buying coming in, and then we saw the market shake out at the open down to the high. Look, everything's starting to look well, and then we get a close back below the 200 MA, the high, and the close is then retested. And this is characteristic of this market. You've got your low there, and you think, all right, I can, we've closed back above the 200, I can manage to go long. Well, that's fine as long as your stop is a decent distance behind, because the German DAX loves to do this. You think, okay, everything's fine, and then they slam the price down, and then they decide to move the market back. It's not uncommon to see this in the German DAX, and then you'll see prices moving to the upside, and then we get a second trade where the market just trades up to the scalp. If we look across to the left, you'll see why. Got this resistance to the left, and then prices go once more but fail to, let's say, take out that high, and then we get the shakeout as the market makes its way back down towards the high on news of Trump and Putin both in the air heading to Alaska. The market then coming down with the option expiration, and then into the afternoon we see the DAX move lower down to the scalp, and then again coming back up, finding resistance at the BRN. So we're down, we retrace, and then we come back down again. Then we have news, the market then sideways and down to the DP, and then remains that way until, of course, we get into the evening when Trump and Putin actually meet. So where are we in the overnight market? At the moment we're sideways to higher, finding a bit of support at the DP. We've had a retracement there back to the 200 MA. Volume coming in there. It's only 6 AM at the moment, so there's plenty to come during the next hour, particularly when the futures open at 7 AM. Right, that will do it for this one. Let's see how Zelenskyy gets on with Trump today, if that hasn't been postponed, but that was on the cards. And since no economic news, all eyes will be on that particular meeting. Okay, that's it. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.